the chapter 4, Developing Service Product and Brands. So for this chapter, I will be covering the components of service product. Okay, so let me start. For the components of the service product, they consist of three, which are core product, supplementary service, delivery process. Okay, what is a core product? Core product is a primary promotion service or a product that can be purchased by a consumer. And next is supplementary service. Supplementary is additional services offered by the company to augment the core product or the services. They may include packaging, pickup, installation, and delivery, and also assembly. Lastly is the delivery processes. Delivery process consists of the service that the company offers that can increase the customer satisfaction. What I can give example is let's say you buying home appliances at Courts. So the product, let's say, is a refrigerator. Refrigerator is the core product. For the supplementary service, they would be pack the product for you and then deliver it to your house. So for the delivery process, it depends on you as the consumer whether you are satisfied or not with the service that Courts offer. So next, we'll see the flower of service model. So as you can see, the blue lighting and the red lighting are the different elements. For the red lighting are the enhancing elements, while the blue one is the facilitating elements. So as you can see, the flower of service model consists information, consultation, order taking, hospitality, safe taking, exception, billing, and lastly payment. So for the flower of service model, there are two kinds of the supplementary service. Firstly, facilitating supplementary services, either needed for service delivery or help in the use of the core product. Secondly, enhancing supplementary service, which is adding the extra value for the customer. So for the facilitating supplementary, there include information which customer often require the info about how to obtain or how to use the product or service. Secondly, order taking. Sometimes customer needs to know what is available and what they want to see, what they want to secure commitment to the delivery. The process should be fast and smooth. Third, the payment. Customer may pay faster and more cheerfully if you make transaction simple and convenient for them. Let's say if a company offer QR pay or transfer online, some customer would be happy because not all of the customer prefer to use cash. Lastly, billings. Bill should be clear, accurate, and intelligible. So the bill for the company should prepare a very clear and very accurate bill for the customer to refer. For the enhancing supplementary services, there include consultation, hospitality, safekeeping, and lastly expectation. For consultation, value can be added to goods and services by offering advice and consultation tailored to each customer's needs and situation. For example, if you're buying something and you don't know how to use the product, maybe you need a consultation on how to use it properly. So some of company will provide consultation on how to use your product properly. For next, hospitality. Customer who invest time and effort in visiting a business and using its services deserve to be treated as welcome guests. So hospitality also vital because most companies use hospitality to retain their customer. When customers feel happy and satisfied, they might come again and repeat the purchase. Next, safekeeping. Customers prefer not to worry about looking after the personal possession that they bring with them to a service site. And lastly, expectations. Customers appreciate some flexibility when they make special requests and expect responsiveness when things don't go according to plans. Expectation is also important. When consumers are about to complain and giving feedback, the company have to also respond and have to give them good response in order to make them satisfied and happy. That's all for me. Thank you.
Developing service products and brands. Branding. Branding is used at the corporate and individual service levels. Corporate branding. The corporate brand is not only easily recognized but also has meaning for the customer by representing a particular way of doing business. Branding of individual service products help firms to differentiate one bundle of output from another. Most service firms offer a line of products, with each one having a different combination of service attributes and their respective performance levels. Branding of individual service product is used to increase the tangibility of the service offering and value proposition. Branding strategies. The variety of branding strategies include the following: branded house, applying a brand to multiple, often are related service, example Virgin Group. Sub-brands, using a master brand, often the firm name, together with a specific service brand, example FedEx Ground Service. Endorsed brands, the product brand dominates but the corporate brand is still featured, example Starwood Hotel and Resorts. House of brands, individual services are promoted under their own brand name without the corporate brands, example KFC of Yum brands. Service tiering. In many industries, branding is not only used to differentiate for services, it also differentiates service levels, called service tiering. The examples are as in the table 1. Building brand equity. To build a strong brand, we need to understand what contributes to brand equity. Brand equity is the value premium that comes with a brand. It is what customers are willing to pay for the service, beyond what they are willing to pay for a similar service that has no brand. Figure 10 shows the following 6 key components. Companies presented brand mainly through advertising, service fertilize, and personnel. External brand communications, from word of mouth and publicity. These are outside of firm control. Customer experience with the company, what the customer has gone through when they patronize the company. Brand awareness, the ability to recognize and recall a brand which provides with a cue. Brand meaning, what comes to customer mind when a brand is mentioned. Brand service experiences. A branded service experience transforms a service of service element and process into a consistent and recognizable service experience. It aligns the service product and brand with its delivery process, service scape, and people with the brand proposition. Hierarchy of new service categories. Service style changes. Style changes highly visible, create excitement. Example, repainting retail branches and vehicles in a new color scheme, but typically do not involve changes in service performance or processes. Service improvements. involve modest changes in the performance of current products, supplementary service innovation, significantly improving or adding new facilitating or enhancing service elements, process line extension, new ways of delivery existing services product, such as creating self-service options, product line extension, adding new services that typically deliver the same core service but the specific to satisfy different needs. Major process innovations. Using new processes to deliver current products, such as adding online courses to traditional classroom delivered lectures. Major service innovations. Development of new core product for market that have not been previously defined. Major service innovations are relatively rare. More common is the use of new technologies to deliver existing services in new ways, enhancing of creating new supplementary services and improving performance on existing ones through process redesign. Enhancing success in new service development. Market synergy. The new product fits well with the firm's existing image, expertise, and resources, is better at meeting customer need over competing services, and receive strong support during and after launch from the firm and its branches. Organizational factors. Organizational factors strong cooperating between the different functional areas in the firm. Staff are aware of the importance of the new products in the company and understand the new product and its underlying processes. Market research. Customer ideas and research are already incorporated early in the new service design process. There is a clear idea of the type of information to be obtained. A good definition of the product concept is developed before undertaking field service. Thank you.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, my name is Muhammad Aziz bin Zulfikri. Okay, thank you to my friends that had presented the first chapter or the first part of our chapter 4. Okay, so for my part, I will be presenting to you about true physical and electronic channel distribution services. Okay, firstly, you need to know there are 4 key questions that form the foundation of service distribution strategy. First is what, how, where, and when. Okay, so for what, we need to know what flows through the channel of distribution. Second is how the service or the product reach the customer. So for where should we where does the service or the product should be delivered. And next is when is we need to know the time or the duration of when the product or the services will be delivered. Okay, so next there are 3 interrelated flow of distribution. Okay, inside distributing services, there are 3 things that you need to know to understand the flow of distribution. First is information and promotion flow. Okay, information and promotion flow refers to distribution of information and promotion material related to service offer. Okay, for information and promotion flow, we need to understand the needs of customer or how to get a customer to attract with our product or services. Okay, next is negotiation flow. Negotiation flow involve with 2 parties or more. Okay, so for example, I need to buy a ticket, so I need to go to counter, I need to purchase the ticket with someone or people or machine that handles that type of service. So it is a negotiation flow. Okay, next is product flow. Okay, for product flow, require physical facilities for delivery. Okay, as you understand, example, if I want to buy things from Shopee, I will purchase the thing or order from Shopee, and then from Shopee they will deliver the service using any carrier such as boats, such as cars or whatsoever lah, to deliver the product into my home. So it is product flow. Okay, the product flow can be via electronic channels such as I said earlier, such as Shopee. Okay, next is electronic channel of distribution. Okay, electronic channels of distribution is service businesses that involve physical core product, closing physical branches and shifting delivery of many supplementary service to the internet. Okay, as a service provider, as a product seller, or as a marketer, we need to understand or we need to utilize electronic channels of distribution so that customer from far away, such as outside of Malaysia or outside of Johor or anywhere, can purchase our product easily. Okay, so they can purchase our product via internet and does not need to come to our physical store to purchase the product or services. Okay, factors that attract customer to online services. Firstly, we need to know convenience. So example, if I want to buy a product and then I want to go to Langkawi, I does not need to go to Langkawi first and purchase the service and then I can use the service. No, but I can purchase the product or the service via internet. Okay, second is ease of search. Okay, Google is an interesting product that can access anything, anywhere. You search for logistic, you will find logistic. You search for ordering product will come to you. Okay, next is a broader selection. So for me, if I want to purchase a product such as drinks, there are many types of drinks. If I want to purchase Coca-Cola, there are Pepsi as a product that has similar type of drinks. So I have a broader selection lah. If I don't want to purchase Coke, I can purchase Pepsi via online. So there are many products lah that utilize online electronic channels of distribution, so many people can benefit for it. Okay, next is potential for better prices. So if you want to purchase a product, you does not need to, example, you need to purchase Milo. Okay, so you want to purchase Milo, you can just Google online and you can know the product price for Milo. Okay, you don't need to go to Lotus, you don't need to go to Aeon, you don't need to go to many supermarket lah. So you can save your money, you can save your cost, you can save your fuel and energy. Okay, so next is 24/7 service with prompt delivery. Okay, for next is 6 option for service delivery. Okay, there are 6 option for service delivery. So you can see from the slide below. So you can see there are single site, multiple site, availability of service outlet, and nature of interaction with the customer and service organization. Okay, next is the importance of channel distribution. So we listed 3 importance of channel distribution. Firstly is user experience. Okay, so a service that is delivered through multiple channels requires seamless and consistent user experience. So when you understand, or channel distribution is important because customer can experience the distribution of product lah. Okay, so next is consistent. Okay, new delivery channels are prone to inconsistent and disjoint experience for customer. Okay, next is pricing strategies. Okay, service provider need effective pricing strategies to deliver value and capture it through appropriate channel. Okay, next is strategy and tactical location considerations. Okay, to understand this, you need to know firstly the place of service delivery. So here there are mini state place of service delivery, whereas create many small service factory to maximize geographic coverage. Okay, you can see here there are automated kiosks, Taco Bell, Dunkin' Donut, and Burger King. Example here. Okay, if you are a marketer and you want to promote your product, a physical product, you need to understand where can you put your physical product, or you need to market your physical product where. Okay, if you want to have, okay, or example, you want to save your cost on production or on labor, you can go to village or a small area. Okay, there you can reach people such as villages to work inside your company, so it is much more cheaper compared to opening branches or opening your shop at major cities. For next is locating in multi-purpose facilities, proximity to where customer live or work. Okay, for strategic location consideration, you need to understand the product need to send where or need to distribute where. So if you put your shop lot near logistic place such as JNT place, parcel hub, post laju, it is much more convenient for you to send your product using delivery service, and it's much more cheaper because you are situated near the logistic place. Okay, next is cost, productivity, and excess labor are key to determine to locating a service facility. Such as I said earlier, if you want to have you need to know where is the place that have more labor work. You can provide job opportunities for people and whatsoever. So there you can save cost for location consideration and thus maximize your profit. Okay, next is time of service delivery. You need to understand the past and the present. So example, traditionally service of delivery in the past are much slower because there are no internet, there are no effective logistic. Okay, but in present you have much more. You have too many delivery services. You have JNT, you have post laju, you have parcel hub, you have any kind of service delivery that you know of lah. In the past, you only know about post laju. There are no other choices for delivery. But today, there are many choices of delivery. Thus, product or service can be sent to customer effectively. Okay. Next is the role of intermediaries. You can see here, my friend has had presented earlier about the flower of logistic lah. Okay. Next is franchising. Okay. While franchising is common ways of delivering service to end user. Okay. I will give you example. You can read on the slide above. Okay. Example for franchising is McDonald's. Okay. If you want to, there are many company that use franchising to save costs and also save labor. Because example for franchising, you need to purchase, example lah, you have money for 1 million and then you want to do franchising, you can go to McDonald's and then you spend your money for 1 million on McDonald's and then you can sell McDonald's product, you can sell anything regarding of McDonald's. But for franchising, as you know, you in additional info. Okay, franchising, the company such as McDonald's will get profit based on percentage lah. Maybe McDonald's charge you for 2% profit from the McDonald's that you had invested for 1 million to the main McDonald's. So that is example for franchising lah. So it is a popular way to expand delivery of effective service concept. It is save cost, does not need high level of monetary investment compared to rapid expansion of company owned. So it is much more easier and much more cheaper. Okay, so franchisor provide training, equipment and supporting marketing activities. Franchisee invest time in finance, follow copy and media guidelines from franchisor. Okay, so if you purchase franchising from McDonald's will provide you with service, anything or training for you to open your own McDonald's. So disadvantages of franchises. Some losses of control over delivery system, thereby how customer experience actual service. So if one outlet of McDonald's is performed badly, so all of the McDonald's will give a bad impression about McDonald's, such as KFC lah. It is a franchising. KFC is a franchising. So if you go to KFC and then KFC give you small breast chicken like this, and then you complain it to KFC Malaysia, they cannot do anything because they are only franchisor. So maybe they can do something lah to the franchise or to the outlet that give small chicken and whatsoever lah. Okay, so there is effective quality control is important but yet difficult. Yes, such as I said earlier. Okay, if you go to KFC, you get small chicken, so you cannot do anything to buy the to complain about the chicken. You can complain to KFC Malaysia, but KFC Malaysia cannot do a drastic things to that shop lot, because that shop lot, if a franchisee, that franchisee will be responsible, okay, for any negative feedback lah. So next is conflict between franchisees may arise, especially as they gain experience. So franchises, as a franchising, you can open any outlet as long as you have money. But if there are too many franchising in that area, they will create a competitive and also create a conflict between other franchising with same company or different company. So the challenges of distribution in large domestic market, you can read there. Okay, next is the factors favoring adaptation of transnational strategies. There are 5 points you need to know. First is market drivers. Second is competitive drivers. Third is technology drivers, cost drivers, and government drivers. So next, challenges of distributing services internationally. Okay, so for you can see here challenges on airline access. Okay, if one company is willing to allow entry by a new carrier but the other is not, access will be blocked. Okay, next is capacity limits at certain major airports lead to denial of new or additional landing rights for foreign airlines. Next is financial, healthcare and telecommunication service markets are typically very high regulated. And next is company that offer a global reservation service and connect this with local facilities and or micro entrepreneurs often face regulatory roadblock. Okay, so here in this slide, it focusing on airline issues. Okay, so if a product or you use a product airline service to deliver your product, but if that company of airline have difficulties to access the company, your product will not be sent there. So you need to understand a little bit of airline issues here. Okay, and then finally we have the determinants of international markets entry strategies. Okay,
now let's continue the presentation applying the 4 pieces of the marketing to services on the pricing and implementing revenue management. Actually, for this topic, we need to know the effective pricing for the financial success, which is we need to know about the objective or the service pricing, how to gain the profit and cover the cost, build the demands and develop the user to the base, and then support the positioning strategies. Okay, in this topic, we need to know about the component of the pricing report. They have a 3, which is a value to the customer, which they call as a price ceiling. We need to know about the net value and price, value, perception, and also related monetary and non-monetary costs. Second is a competitive pricing, known also the competitive benchmark. We need to know about the price competitions, intensifier, and also price competition inhibitors. Third is the unit cost form, known as also a price floor. Okay, we need to take care about the fixed and variable costs, and then contribution, break-even analysis, and also activity-based costing. We continue about this topic, issue of ethics of the consumer concern. First, consumers are vulnerable when service hard to evaluate, as they assume that the higher price indicate the better quality, and many surveys have a complete pricing schedule. Also hard to understand, difficult to calculate the full cost in advance of service, and then to get the quote price, not only the price, they have hidden charges, many kind of fees, too many rules and regulation, customer feel constrained, exploited, customer face unfair fitness and penalties. Okay, how the fairness can be designed? They can design clear, logical and fair price. They can schedule on fans, use high published price and present fans as an opportunity for discount rather than quoting lower prices and using fans of basic to impose surcharge. Communicate consumer benefit of revenue management, use a banding the high discount, and also to take care of loyal customer and use the service recovery to compensate for overbooking.
Assalamualaikum. Hi, finally it's my turn. So I'm cover for the chapter 4 or applying the 4 P's of marketing to services on subtopic the promoting services and educating customer integrated models. So there are some slides that I prepare for you guys, so we just take a look. Alright, inside this subtopic we are more specific on the integrated service communication model. As you can see inside this slide, there are 5 things that we need to know, which is the who, what, how, where and when. So we just try, this is the summarize on the 5 W's that we need to know. So we try to look further what is their specific on the 5 W is. First, be familiar with the 3 broad target audience, which is who for any service communication program. As you can see, we are trying to involve for these 3 type of who that we want to know, that we want to serve their service, our service to them. So first we try to look inside the prospect. What is the prospect? Prospect is employ traditional communication mix because prospects are not known in advance, which is prospect is prospect customer. You know, as a services is an intangible product, which is we can't see the type of product. So we try to get the prospect for the customer, which is it is not involve the customer yet, but we try to look further what kind of people that we want to be as our customer by become a prospect. Okay, second thing is the user. So what is user? User is more cost effective channels, which is our user, the type specific of our customer. The third one is employees. So we try to building services brand and positioning is services product against competition. So we try to look further what is the brand and positioning, the best type of brand and positioning to our customer. Why we want to get the who to attach with the services as an employee, because we want to persuading target customer that their service product offer a better solution for a customer needs, which is inside this employee know about the brand, about the services. We want to persuading the target customer. Why we want to target this customer to relate with our employee? Because we want to attract a new user and maintaining contact with existing customer. So inside this service product that we offer, we try to attract a new customer. At the same time, we try to maintain with contact with the existing customer. Next, we want to know second W is what, which is understand the most common strategic and technical services communication objective. So inside this what, we try to look specific, which is on the strategic objective. We want some thing that we want to follow, or the guidelines we want to get what is the objective for the service that we offer. So inside this objective, we try to building a service brand and positioning its service product against competition. Of course, there are several competition that we need to face. So we want to service brands on our customer positioning. Second thing, we try to persuading target customer. I said before, which is as an employee, we need to know about the product, about the service, because we want to our target customer and also new customer and existing customer try to involve with this product or services. Third is attracting new user and maintaining contact, like I said, I explained before. So inside this what communication objective do you want, there are some important rules that service marketing communication can assume. First, we try to promote tangible cues to communicate quality, which is as you know, these services is not you can't see what is type of services inside. You can't see that product in your eyes. So we try to promote tangible cues to communicate quality. So second, we want to try add value through communication content. So inside this communication content, we want to attach together with the customer. Third one is facilitate customer involvement in service production. So inside this service provider, we try to facilitate customer involvement. Next is promote the contribution of service personnel and backstage operation. So we want to try what is the process, the service that we want to target to customer. So we show them what is the contribution of this backstage operation until it's become to the final end user, which is to customer. Next is how. So we try to understand the challenges of services communication and know how they can be overcome. So how this service that become a problem, we want to solve that problem. So overcoming problem of intangibility. Of course, I said many times, which is the services we can't see that product, which is intangible product, which is services. So maybe difficult to communicate service benefit to customer, especially when intangible. Alright, so intangible creates some 4 problems that I detect. For first is generality, which is item can comprise a class of object, person of event. Second is non-searchability, which is cannot be searched or inspect before purchase. Third, abstractness, no one-to-one correspondent with physical object. So these services not see what is the physical object. The third one is mental infallibility, which is customer find it hard to grasp benefit of complex. Right, to overcome this, to get the solving this problem, there are something that we can do. First, use tangible cue in advertising. So like I say, in our advertising, we try to promote this queue of type of services that customer can see what kind of service that we offer. Second one, use metaphor to communicate benefit of service or offering. So metaphor is something like you just being a second thing that we want to see what is services that we offer to customer. So next is where. So be familiar with the service marketing communication mix. This something that communication mix that we try to reach to our customer. So how where these services can be to our target audience or to customer. So as you can see inside this figure, so you can see the advertising, the promotion, personal communication, publicity, service. So inside this one, how we want deliver the services or the communication to our targets. Next, understand when the communication should be take place, when budget for service communication program, and how to evaluate them. So when, which is the specific time that we want to approach them, or when we need to, when we want to get the best solution for the customer. So service firm are capacity constrained and do not generally promote during a heavy usage period. So second timing is closely matched to the perception and behavior the firm want to manage. So we want to manage what is the when is the best time to communicate with our customer. Third, the timing of communication is typically managed with the help of media plan flowchart. Of course, like I say, these services we can't see, so we need to manage with the advertising. So advertising is the main role that we want to get closer with our customer. So next is understand when communication should take place. So we don't want to promote our services everywhere, whenever. So there are several type that we want to see what is the best communication that we want to attract with our customer inside this advertising or communication mix that we want to use inside that I said before, like in previous slide. So we want to know the importance of this integrated marketing communication to deliver a strong and brand identity, because inside this marketing communication we get the strong brand identity. First, different department look after different aspect of the market communication. Of course, there are different department try to look different aspect. We don't want to, for the example, we don't want opinion for marketing department only. We try to look further, which is all different department involved in this communication. Second, service failure could result from lack of effective coordination among these various departments. So there's no cooperation from other department. Try to look what is the best and what the best solution that we want to communicate with our customer. Integrated marketing communication also ties together with reinforce all communication to deliver a strong brand identity. So a strong IMC will get a strong result for brand identity. Okay, next is firm can give ownership of IMC to a single department or by appointing a marketing communication director. So maybe like I say, maybe sometimes firm don't want to think what is the best specific IMC that we want to use. So we try to hire the third party that run that IMC, as long as our objective or our purpose can deliver to our target audience or our prospect or our new customer or existing customer. So I guess this is the last about this chapter. So after this, we are prepare all the question that we prepare for this topic and also this subtopic inside the UFisher. So I hope you guys can answer all the question. Thank you.